Hey traders, John Howell here, and in this video I'm going to be focusing more on what are the markets going to do after today's election. Now for me personally guys, I actually think Trump is going to win. Let me know what you think below. This is not going to get political on you guys, but I think Trump's going to win. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think is going to happen to who's going to win the election today. Also guys, I'm going to be looking at the markets and sharing with you what I see. What are the markets going to be doing after the election? What do I see happening moving forward? Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. So let's get straight into the markets right now. And the really interesting thing that I'm seeing across the markets is the markets have really been in no man's territory here. So we can see for the last sort of on the Dow Jones here, if I just delete this off the Dow Jones, you can see the Dow Jones in, let me bring up the last sort of 6 months here. You see the Dow Jones really hasn't been doing much. We've got a significant support around that sort of 26,500 level, 26,500 level. And we've got a significant resistance around the 29,000 level. Now, when looking at the Dow Jones, there's other two things that I see happening, what's likely to happen moving forward after the election. And the thing that I'm looking at right now is that we have support here and we have support here. If we cannot rally back up towards the high up here, but we fail and we start to create some sort of a lower high here, where if the market starts to do something like this moving forward, then that's going to create a little lower high, and then I see a bit of a free fall in the markets moving forward in the Dow Jones, moving forward onto the S&P 500, and something very, very similar as well too. If we do see a little lower high here, then I do see that if the market starts to do that, then we're likely to see something like that moving forward into these after the election, and moving over through to the Nasdaq as well too. Nasdaq actually looks the strongest out of the whole lot. Now, I've just went through the indices here, but if I start to bring up a whole range of say tech stocks, so if I look at the tech stocks, I can see, if I look at say Amazon, I can see Amazon's formed a bit of a head and shoulder formation. We can see that we had like a little bit of a shoulder here, a little bit of a head here, a little bit of a shoulder here, and the market's coming down. So that theoretically should be a topping pattern. But what I've noticed a lot of times is that when this happens, then this actually is some sort of a bullish pattern, and then we're likely to start to see something like that moving forward out of the Dow Jones. So it's really interesting to see what is actually happening with the Dow Jones and what's going on there. With Amazon, and the same with some of the other other tech stocks. So Amazon's doing that. If I look at Apple has broken slightly below its trend line. Let me just delete that off there. But you can see here we're still making a slight little higher low through here. There's no real head and shoulder formation here on Apple, but on Microsoft, there is definitely one as well too. Let me just delete everything off the screen here for a minute. You can see that we have a shoulder, nice little head up here, and then we're getting a nice little right shoulder through here. So generally speaking, this is a reversal pattern, and the market sees something like this. Now that can happen, guys, but more times than not, you'll notice these head and shoulder patterns just give a bit of a propel, and we actually see a bullish move out of these head and shoulder patterns than anything else. So across the board, Facebook as well too. So we've got Facebook as well too. Okay, so Facebook as well too, but across the board, guys, even with these heads and shoulder formations, yeah, we've got a little bit of a shoulder here, a little bit of a head here. Maybe this is some sort of right shoulder, bit of an ugly head and shoulder. I actually see, overall, I'm actually seeing that we're probably likely to see more upside to come. Now, on the short-term basis, guys, the next couple of days, maybe next week, we may see a little bit of a sell-off in the markets. But I'm actually quite bullish this market by seeing what I'm seeing through here as well too. Even stocks like JP Morgan that have been in the dumpsters here, looks like even on JP Morgan, it looks like we're trying to break out here. Nice little gap up today. Bit of volume coming through today as well too. So it looks like JP Morgan wants to try and start to make some gains as well too. Even GE starting to has been really making a nice move to the upside as well too. So I'm seeing a lot of not much going on with these tech stocks. Say for example Netflix. All right, so I'm looking at Netflix, and I can see Netflix has just been doing nothing through here. So yes, we can be getting a bit of a drop to the downside, but I'm actually more in the camp of like this is we're probably likely to be basing out, like with Amazon, like with Microsoft, and like with all the other indices as well too. I truly believe that after the election's done, we're likely to see a new high in a lot of these markets. New high with Netflix, Amazon, not JP Morgan, or maybe JP Morgan, but that's going to take a long time for that to happen. And the same for the indices as well too. So that's what I see. What is likely to happen moving forward after the election? That's what I see, and that's what I think below. Let me know what you think below, guys, in the chat box in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you guys real soon.